Concepts on circles. Okay. So, for when we talk about circles, ano ba yung mga pwede nating pag-usapan? Examples, points, segments, lines, arcs, and then chord theorems. Okay. For starters, so ilang points kaya yung nandyan? Okay, we have 6 points. Ilo-locate natin or sasabihin natin kung nasaang region yung point na yun in reference to the circle. Merong three possible regions. One is on. So, ano kaya yung mga points on the circle? Okay, that will be point B and point C. Now, pwede ang pagsagot ay with the word point and then the letter referring to that point, or puwede rin na capital letter lang nung point, or mas, sigurado naglalagay ng isang, dot, malaking dot before the letter. Okay, just like, as seen on the screen. Now, another region is inside. So what could be the points inside the circle? There are two. That's points A and E. Again, this is how it's read, and this is how it's written. So in symbols, ito yung pagbasa. And then last region is outside. So what could be the points outside the circle? All right, that's points D and F. Next. Circle. Circle is defined as the locus of points that are equidistant from a given fixed point called center. Ano ba yung locus? Locus, in another term, set of points that are equidistant, pare-parehas ng distansya from a given fixed point called center. So, pare-parehas ng distansya from the center. So, nasan ba yung center? In this circle, point A is what you call the center. Okay? And if you are to name the circle, you also make use of that center. And it can be called circle A. So in this case, for circle A, this is the symbol. This is how it's written. This is how it's read. Okay? Now, take notice that we make use of the same letter. Parehas na letter pero magkaiba yung ibig nating sabihin. Dito, ang ibig nating sabihin yung center. Dito, ang ibig nating sabihin yung buong circle. It's the name of the circle. Now, paano yung equidistant from the center? So, say for example, we will draw point B, then may distance between B and A. Now, I'll draw another point, C. I'll have another distance. Anong posibleng comparison sa kanila? Or pag kinumpare sila, what do you think will happen? They are the same. Okay? Kasi nga, parehas lang ang center ay ang point A ay nasa center. So, pare-parehas siya ng distansya sa lahat ng points na nandun sa circle. Let's have another point, D. Same thing, the distance is the same with the other points, and then E. Magdagdag pa tayo, magdagdag pa, at tuloy-tuloy natin ang pagdagdag, yun yung mga points na bumuo ng circle. And they are all equidistant, parehas ng layo to the center. So, ganun ang definition, or yun ang ibig sabihin ng definition ng circle. Okay. So, center is the point at the middle of the circle. The name of the circle, in naming a circle, we use the center of the circle and we call it circle and then the letter. And parts of a circle. Okay, we have points B, C, and then E on the circle, and then we have the center at A. Let's draw a line between B and C, and that is what you call a chord. It's read as segment BC, or pwedeng pagbalik ta rin. Segment CB. Paano naman siya isusulat? Okay, horizontal line above the letters BC or CB. Now, let's draw a line between A and E. And this is what you call a radius. And again, this is also read as segment EA or segment AE. The same way ng pagsulat. Line sa taas, then EAAE. And then extending this line or extending the radius to C, that is what you call a diameter. and it's segment EC or CE. And again, writing this in symbol, you will have a line above or a horizontal line above, and then EC and then CE. Now, by definition, a chord, all right, it's a line segment between points on a circle. A radius, it's a line segment from a point on the circle to its center. While a diameter, it's a line segment between 2 points on a circle passing through the center. So may karagdagang condition. Dapat dumadaan ang diameter sa center. Now, if you will notice, line segment between 2 points on a circle is the same as the definition of a chord. So, ang diameter pwede ring sabihin na chord passing through the center. Chord passing through the center. Okay? Now, malamang alam niyo na to in early study of math. Ang radius ay kalahati palagi ng diameter. So, ang radius kalahati palagi ng diameter, or ang diameter ay doble ng radius. Alright? Useful yan or kailangan yan in the study of circle. Next, let's have points A, B, C, D, and E as seen on the screen. This time, let's draw a line connecting B and C. And what do we call that? That is what you call a secant line. Now, a secant line, hindi na siya segment. Instead, it's read as line BC or line CB. At paano isulat? This time, a double-headed arrow is written on top of the letters. So as you can see on the screen, it's line BC and line CB. So ang difference niya kanina, ang chord nagsisimula or at natatapos dito lang sa mga points na to. Pero ang line nag-e-extend further. That's the difference. Ang segment dito, simula lang dito sa point na to hanggang dito. Pero ang line nag-e-extend further. Next, if we draw a line between E and D, this is what you call a tangent line. And it's read as line ED or DE and written as such. And then for the tangent line, we have a special point called point of tangency. And that is point E. Okay? So, the difference between a secant line and a tangent line is that ito dumadaan sa circle at dalawang beses siya nagpa-pass through sa circle. Ito namang tangent line, isang beses lang ang kanyang point of contact or isang beses lang siya nag-touch dun sa circle. Okay? That's the difference between the tangent and the secant line. Now, by definition, a secant line, it passes through the circle at exactly 2 points, while a tangent line touches the circle at exactly 1 point. Now, the point of tangency is where the line touches the circle. Next, when we talk about arcs, so from C all around to E, that is what you call a semicircle. And it's read as arc EC or arc CE. And it's drawn as, okay, dito medyo para lang may kanto, pero technically, arc yan. Ibig sabihin, curve lang siya. Wala siya dapat na kanto. Pero, yan kasi yung available na symbol, so let's just make use of that. Pero in future activities, if you don't see that symbol, rather you will see an arc, it's the same. Next, another type of arc is what you call, okay, as you can see on the drawing, it's what you call the major arc, the yellow one. So it goes all around from C to E to B. Arc CEB or arc BEC. In this case, we make use of 3 letters at yun yung sinusunod ng pag-ikot. Okay? So, kasi baka pwedeng ang ikot niyan C, B, E. But that is not a major arc anymore. That is only a semicircle. So, para siya maging major arc, kailangan mag-pass through siya dito or lumagpas siya ng isang ng diameter. Lumagpas siya ng diameter. And it makes use of three letters for major arc. So arc CEB and arc BEC. Next one. Okay. Yung blue naman, yung light blue naman, that is what you call a minor arc BC or arc CB, and it's written as such. Now, semicircle, it measures exactly 180 degrees. If you will notice, kagaya kanina, itong CE, this is what we call a diameter. So, yung isang kalahati ng circle, that's what you call a semicircle. So, yung buong circle, kung 180 ito at kalahati siya, ano yung buong circle? Alright, that is 360 degrees. Now, for the major arc, it should always be more than 180 degrees. For the minor arc, it should always be less than 180 degrees. Now, let's try identifying parts from the circle. Okay, center, that is point O. Or pwede ng ano lang, capital letter lang nung point. Pwede na yan. Minsan nga meron pang symbol na dot. In other cases, wala, okay lang. Next, what could be a point inside the circle? Okay, that's point S. What could be points on the circle? Okay, that's point P or R. Then what could be a point outside? That's point Q. Well, how do you name the circle? It's circle O. Next, from the same circle, name a chord. Okay, that is segment RP. Look at how it's written. Next, radii. Radii is the plural of radius. Kasi dalawa yung pwede nating makita dito. And those are segment OP and segment OT. Next, what about a diameter? This one is a lang, segment PT. Next, what about a secant line? A secant is a line. So line RP. And look how the symbol changed on top of the letters. And then tangent, again, it's a line. So QP. And again, be reminded of the symbols used. And then the point of tangency will be point P. Next, name a semicircle. Alright, that is arc PT. Yung arc PT, pwedeng dumaan dito, pwedeng pa left side. Basta dapat siya yung dulo-dulo ng isang diameter. Next, minor arc. There can be more than one minor arc. And one is arc RP. So, ito yun, arc RP. And then arc RT. Ito. Ma'am, pwede ba na arc TR or PR? Pwede. Pero dito, isa-isa na lang natin pinapangalanan. And then major arc will be arc RPT. So, lumagpas siya dapat sa isang semicircle. Mas malaki siya sa semicircle. And that's it. Thank you.